Welcome back to the Aboriginal Sports Network, man. Right here, live for your draft coverage. We will be live for the NFL draft later on tonight, day two, rounds 2 and 3. And we're going to talk about some of the prospects that dropped that can be very good hits on day two in the NFL draft. So let's get into it.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Six, the blitz. The throw in. A gain of only 3 yards.
Sanchez throws middle. What a shot by Lewis on Dustin Keller as the ball arrived.
That non-stop will to win. You look at all the greats. Dion, Jerry, Walter, all of them. They all got that dog.
With the first pick in the 2000 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select
Sunny Dutchie.
Perfect.
Welcome to the NFL Draft 2025. The pick is in.
All right. The pick is in, and the picks are in the first round, man. But there are some guys out there that, can be some good hits for teams here in the second round. So we're going to talk about some of those teams, man. Some of those players, And here, as you know, on top of the board is Mr. Will Johnson. Now, Mr. Will Johnson, cornerback out of Michigan, 6'2", 194, dropped out of the first round. And it's because I think they said something about his knee. He has medical issues. Somebody said something
hamstring
about
issue. Right there it is. Missed his pro day due to a hamstring issue.
But it's been reported that he has a degenerative knee too. That has came out, and that's why he fell out the first round. I think this kid is a very good corner, but he's not the shutdown type corner that everybody was making him out to be. And I told people that. He was just making a lot of, opportunistic plays, and it was turning out to be very good on that very good Michigan defense, especially that championship season. This past season, he made a couple of plays, but who are some of the teams that you think should, look for Will Johnson's services here going into this day two in the NFL draft?
Look at the teams at the top of the board. Cleveland's got 2 picks there. They passed on Travis Hunter, obviously. So, maybe you want some corner help there. I know they don't really need it, but can never have enough corners. This will be a value pick for them. The Raiders, another team that could take a chance here, help boost their defense. They already got Crosby in there on the front in the front 7, but they can use some help there on the back end with the Raiders out there. So that's another team to look out. Of course, they took Genty in the first round. So those are 2 teams right there. I think if that knee is an issue, you could see him slide a little bit more. But the talent is there. Given the talent, I think, like I said, one of those 2 teams at the top, I would say the Browns or the Raiders.
Yeah. Me personally, I don't see him slipping past the Colts at 13 with the 13th pick in the second round. Pick 45. I think the Bears have a chance to take him. They got 2 picks very early. Like you said, the Browns have 2 picks very early as well. And the Raiders is a very good spot for him too. I do believe so. Coach, you have any spots that you think that this fallen corner can go to here on in round two?
I mean, I'm taking a look now. Just saying Carolina, the Saints need cornerbacks. Here's one. What about the 49ers?
Yeah, they lost Javarius Ward.
That's a good one.
Man, I didn't know he had a turf toe injury too. Oof.
I mean, you definitely always need.
He's all banged up.
Yeah,
man.
In today's game, you definitely need DBs. You know, and all the teams, you know, and it's starting to be. You need more than 3. You really need to have 4 or 5 to account for injuries. But teams that really like to spread you out a lot more, so you're going to try and match up a little bit more because you don't want to get linebackers matched up on receivers or pass catching tight ends or running backs that are good in the passing game. So you definitely need those cornerback DBs who can give you good coverage ability. So.
So yeah, we're gonna switch it up to by position. We're gonna go with the quarterback position. It could be a couple of quarterbacks that come off the board here on the day 2 of the NFL draft. Starting with the fallen Mr. Shedeur Sanders. He could be a Cleveland Brown, or he could be a Raider here soon. We'll see. But like we've said in other situations, if he falls past those teams, man. If he falls past 33 and 36 to the Browns, and then he falls past 37 to the Raiders, and 40 to the Saints, man, it's getting real bleak for him, man. Getting real bleak for him. Maybe the Rams at 46, maybe the Cowboys at 44. I mean, we'll see, man. But if he falls past those teams, man, it could look bad. But we'll see. Then you got Jalen Milroe. Maybe he goes to the Raiders if the Browns pick him. And Tyler Show, Will Howard, Quinn Ewers, Kyle McCord. And the list goes on and on and on, man. Yeah. A lot of these guys might hear their name called way, way down the list after Jalen Milroe. So we'll see. Quarterbacks are not looking too shabby in this NFL draft coming up, man. I can see Will Howard maybe getting picked. Kyle McCord definitely get picked. Dylan Gabriel, somebody pick him in the late rounds. Jalen Milroe because of the talent alone. You got Tyler Shuck with no knees out there. So we'll see, man. We'll see. That position is looking bad. All right, the running back position. Now, day 2 and 3, you might see a lot of these dudes come off the board. Travion Henderson, Winshawn Judkins, Caleb Johnson, Scatterboo, Dylan Sampson, Devin Neal, DJ Giddens, RJ Harvey, Tootin, ATN. Man, Blue, man. There's so many running backs, bro.
Allen.
Yeah, Raheem
Sanders.
Ollie Gordon, Taj Brooks. You might see a huge run on running backs here on this night here, man. This is the position of great abundance, man. So a lot of these guys might come off the board and just pick and choose what you need. You need speed, you need power, you need balance. They got it for you. Who are some of your favorite backs, guys, going into this second, third round?
For me, it's Scatterboo, Gordon, and as a homer, Kyle Monangai.
Yeah, and the Kyle Monangai, you got to go to what? Here you go, right here. They got him as the 18th best available. You know, 5'8", 211, stocky little dude. Reminds me of another little dude that came out of Rutgers, Pacheco, with the Chiefs, Super Bowl champion. NYG, who are some of your favorite guys that's on the board at the running back position?
Coach named most of them. You know, I had my top 5. Of course, my number one guy went to the Chargers. and that was Maureen Hampton. But you still got Scatterbo, you still got Judkins. I give you a couple other names: Devin Neal, good running back. Also, Brayshaw Tootin. And don't sleep on RJ Harvey.
Okay, RJ Harvey, UCF.
Out of UCF. He's a good back too, man. So look out for those, man. Like you said, it's a lot of good running backs. If you got a second and third round pick, you can definitely get a pretty good running back with those picks. Even a fourth round pick, I think some of these guys will be available in the fourth round as well.
It's 20-some running backs that are draft eligible, and all of them have a skill set to be drafted. So the running back position, one of my favorite ones is Mr. Scatbo. I like Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, man. I think that kid got some juice, man.
Yeah.
I think he got what you need at the running back position, especially if you need a feature back. And don't sleep on Jordan James from Oregon. He has a lot. He has a lot of that Bucky Irvin game to him, man. Bucky Irvin turned out to be pretty good for the Buccaneers. He was slept on too. All right, over to the receiving position. Number one, they have Jaden Higgins. Ooh, these receivers, you got some big guys up there. Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris from Ole Miss, 6'2", 205. You got Luther Burden, 6 foot 206. Luther Burden's a monster too. I really think he's gonna do something. This guy here,
boy,
man, Jalen Noel. Go check out the draft tapes, man, if you want to see what I got to say about Jalen Noel. You got Jack Betch. You got Jalen Royals, our guy from the Senior Bowl. Kyle Williams, our guy from the Senior Bowl. Jalen Lane, our guy from the Senior Bowl. Ty Felton, the guy we talked to at the Senior Bowl. Torrey Holton.
They go the guy. Savion Williams.
Yep. Torrey Holton is an enigma, man. I think this kid is really talented, just injury prone, man, for some reason. And my God, Savion Williams, 6'4", 222, man. It's a guy that I can hope wearing, blue and white in the Giants uniform. Then you got Isaiah Bond. Tesla's actually pretty good too. Shamari Daike.
Your boy Pat Bryant, Tez Johnson out there.
Yep. Who are some of the guys that you guys like out there? Don't sleep on Nick Nash either. Nick Nash is something nasty too. But who are some of the guys you guys like out here, man?
I give you another one that you didn't mention. Of course, all the guys that you mentioned are all good. But Jalen Lane,
Lane is nice.
Is definitely a guy, man, out of Tech, man. Watch a lot of Tech games down here in the ACC country. So shout out to Jalen Lane, man. He's a speed guy, man. What's his 40 time? I think he's under 4.4. So
he ran 4.34.
Yeah, the dude's fast, man. So speed guy, man. If you're looking to stretch the field, man, go and get Jalen Lane. Kyle Williams, another one too.
Nasty.
Slot guy, man. Tore it up at the Senior Bowl.
Coach, who you like at the receiver position going into the second and third day of the NFL?
You guys have been hitting on most of them for the most part. They're all good. Higgins. But the one that's always been, and I know he's a late round draft pick, but is Jimmy Horn
when
Jr.
we assess candidates, we see them.
It's just something about that kid with his speed. There's so many different ways you can use him. He's really a slot receiver, but you can do things. You can have him in jet sweeps. He runs good patterns. He can catch the ball, and you can use him on special teams. So, but yeah, Williams. I definitely like Williams. Xavier Respo from Miami. He's kind of that old school. What's his name from the Patriots? Who's in the slot?
Wes Walker.
Yeah, Wes Walker. So, those are some of the receivers that I like.
Okay. All right, let's head over to the tight end position. Our guy, number one, Mr. Elijah Arroyo, 6'5", 250, a hurricane. keeping that Hurricanes tradition open with the tight ends. I think he can go in the second round here. Very, very good prospect, man. Got to see him live in person at the Senior Bowl as well. Hey, Mason Taylor, nothing to sneeze at. 6'5", 250 himself. Very good tight end. Terrence Ferguson, like him. Harold Fannin Jr., like him. Like Mitchell Evans.
Thomas Verdone. Boy, out of Nebraska.
My boy from Nebraska. Big body tight end out there. Luke Lackey, Iowa. Sleeper. Iowa always gives you a good tight end, man. But there's a lot of guys out here that, you know, might get their name called. You know what I'm saying? Harold Fannin Jr., though, I think this dude's an enigma. He's only 6'3", 241, but he's the receiving threat besides Elijah Arroyo that I believe that's the huge receiving threat at the tight end position. Some of you guys like coach that you at the tight end position going into day 2.
I mean, of course, I do like Rondé Gatson from Syracuse. Started out as a wide receiver before they started working him into the tight end position. You can use him as a flex. So he has, you know, really good size, good catch radius. Doesn't need to work on his blocking development, but, you know, he's a good receiver. So I like Gatson. Of course, Lachey from Iowa. You can never go wrong with a tight end from Iowa. There's 2 things that I've always said. It's tight ends and offensive linemen. You know, when you look at Iowa, you know, but yeah, you know, so, and of course Arroyo, you know, I mean, you know, he's number 1 and, you know, very good tight end. So, you know, those are just some of the ones that I like.
And YG, have anything on the tight ends going into the second round?
Elijah Arroyo, look for Tennessee to go after him and pair him with Cam Wood.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact, and that would be dope for them to do that. All right, we getting into the sexy fatties. Ariate Ursary, I did say he would be there at the top of the second round. I do believe he's a very good pick. 6'6", 331 out of Minnesota. Do believe he's the best offensive lineman left on this board. I can see him going to the Browns very early. To be honest with you, if they don't take a quarterback. You got Boston College Trapillo, who's actually pretty good. He's 6'8". Is his height a concern?
No. I mean, I still remember when Pittsburgh had what's his name, that 6'10" offensive lineman who used to play tight end in Army back in the days, and it allows him now. You know, smaller, quicker guys can probably beat, but if he, you know, with his long arms, you know, if he can get to his sets quickly, you know, he'd be able to get his hands on the defender first and, you know, control them. So I don't look at it, you know, being 6'8" as a major problem.
Okay. Then you got Charles Grant from William and Mary. He's a fast riser on the board. Not a lot of people were talking about Charles Grant before this offseason, so he's climbed up the draft boards. Anthony Belton from NC State. Like him a little bit out of NC State, but he kind of scares me with his feet. He scares me with his feet when you look at him. You got Cameron Williams from Texas. I think he's pretty good. Caleb Rogers, is he nasty enough to be an offensive lineman? They'll see. You got Emory Jones.
Yeah, Johnny. Yep.
You got Cornelius, that's TP's boy, Johnny Cornelius. He's still out
Travis.
there. Yep, Jalen Travis is still out there.
I like Holland, you know I do.
Yep, Holland Pierce is still out there. So, hey, Jalen Travis was huge. 6'8".
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
There's a lot of 6'8" dudes in this draft, man. Dog it, Giants, while you give up the draft capital, man. You got some good guys out here. Holland Pierce, 6'8" out of Rutgers, man. Jack
probably
Nelson.
get Jalen Travis or Holland Pierce in the later rounds.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But Hey, that's just to kick off the sexy fatties, man. We got a lot of sexy fatties to talk about real quick. The offensive tackle position. Let's go to the guard, Savia Knight.
Did you give that second round pickup? Oh my God, you could have had him. Oh my God, bro.
Savia Knight, right there.
He was made to be a giant. Oh, they did homework on him and everything. Brought him in for a top 30 visit, man. This is so disappointing. Tate Ratledge, another one.
Tate Ratledge.
He gonna be gone.
Marcus Zimbo.
He gonna be gone.
He's very good. Miles Frazier.
He's gonna be gone.
He's gonna be gone.
Wyatt,
our guy Wyatt. We talked to Wyatt after seeing Bo too,
gone.
man. He's there. Fairchild. You got I did a little bit of the thing on Jackson Slater. I think he's a development guy.
You might be getting you might be getting in his turn. Dillinger, Condra. You might be getting that territory. Yeah.
Willie Lampkin, I think he goes undrafted because he's only 5'11".
Yeah, he's
but yeah, there's a lot of guys that we talked about that are there. I mean, it's a bunch of them, man. It's about a good 8 to 10 of them that are very good guys. We'll see what happens with these guys here in the second and third rounds. I do think Savia Knight goes off the board pretty quick. Tate Rutledge won't be far behind him. Now, Marcus Zimbo, he's a climber, but I do believe he's one of those guys that's very versatile. He could do, man, he could do just about everything you want him to do, man, to be honest with you. You got Miles Frazier. He might slip into the third or fourth round. Wyatt Milan, he might slip into the third or fourth round. No, you got Dylan Fairchild, who's not bad. I'd rather have Tate Rutledge. But, you know, Garrett Dillinger, Luke Condra. Luke Condra is actually pretty good, too.
Yeah.
So, we got an opportunity to get somebody in the third, fourth, and fifth rounds. But Savia Knight would have been right there for us, man. Center position, another Georgia guy, Jarrett Wilson, who I do believe is very good. There's not too many centers that's going to go in this draft. Yeah, Seth McLaughlin is good. Really good. That name is familiar. I think his dad or somebody played. Somebody in his family played before him. That name is familiar. I've seen that name too much. Not too many centers out there, man. You might get 3 centers drafted, maybe the top 2, and then that's it. But coach, it goes the 6 fatties you looking for.
Oh, another one.
Tackles.
Oh my God.
You do know that we talked to a lot of these guys that's on this board, bro. We talked to Darius Alexander. I think he goes pretty early. Jamar Turner. I think he goes pretty early.
Oh man, you ain't gonna get none of them.
Yep, TJ
Hope
Sanders.
Farmer's there. Hope Farmer or Collins is there.
Yep. Norman Locke, Collins, Farmer, my guy
Ty Robinson. One of them is
Deion
there.
Walker. You know, it's a Ty Hamilton and Peebles.
Ty Hamilton. I'll take Ty Hamilton.
You know what I'm saying? CJ West, Yaya Black.
Yaya Black's he's a nice prospect.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of people out there. But coach, gotta let you speak on one of these positions with the sexy fatties. Who are some of these sexy fatties that you would pick up on your team?
Of course, you know, I like Darius Alexander. You know, I did a little research on him, and you know, good hands for the most part. I think they also use him a little bit at I think it was also at tight end. But they, you know, his ability to, you know, lock out with his hands and control the offensive lineman and disengage and get after the ball carrier. You know, I definitely like him, and you know, he has some decent versatility. So I definitely like him.
Okay. There's Alexander. My guy, man. Something about Ty Robinson, bro. Something about this guy that I think this guy is going to be one hell of a player. Not saying he's going to be a TJ Watt or anything like that. I just think he's going to be a solid player for his whole career. The guy that you could just put in there and be a starter, and he's going to do what he's supposed to do. Like, I think this guy's going to be pretty good, man. But some of those sexy fatties out there for coach, man, had to do it for coach. Linebacker position, Schwarzenegger. I think he's actually pretty good. Very lean, very fast, 6'3", 242. I think he's going to have to learn how to be a thumper, though. I think he's gonna have to learn how to be a thumper. Even though he had the most solo tackles in the country with 90, I think he's gonna have to learn how to be a thumper. Then you got Demetrius Knight as well. We talked to him as well.
Demetrius Knight's pretty good.
Now he is a thumper, but is he just straight line speed, or is he sideline to sideline speed? We'll have to see what he does in the NFL. You got Danny Strutzman and Chris Paul Jr., Jeffrey Bossa, Barrett Carter, Jack Kaiser, who we talked to at
Cody
the Senior Bowl. Yep.
Modone Jr., Eugene Asante.
Talk to him. Talk to McLeod.
Jalen McLeod.
So there's some prospects out there at the linebacker position. Jay Higgins, man, he has fallen down draft boards tremendously. Man, don't know what happened to him, but we'll see. Hey, here goes some more sexy fatties. Mike Green at the edge rusher position. Don't see him being on the board too long. The thing about him,
still there.
Maybe he's raw. Who knows? Why is he still there? You got Donovan Izaraku, Boston College, Jordan Birch. This is my favorite guy here, JT Tuimolu. Ow, that hurt. Tuimolu, man. I think he's an edge rusher, and he's that old school edge rusher that's going to play both. He's going to play the run, and he can get after the quarterback when you want him to get after the quarterback. Maybe he slips into the third. We're able to get him. Who knows? But hey, 0-2.
That's
I
my
got
guy.
0-2.
Yeah. Double O.
0-2.
Yeah,
he brings passion, he brings versatility, and he just brings dog. And he's about his business. You don't have to worry about anything him off the field. He's football and more football. Shout out to 0-2, man. Great interview we had with him. Nick Scorton, he's out there. Another guy we got to interview with, Mr. Landon Jackson. He is very raw, but he has a skill set that you can work with, man. Like him out there. Josiah Stewart's pretty good. Braden Swenson's pretty good. Princely, it's motor with him, I think. I think it's motor with him, but he's a good prospect as well. There's a lot of edge rushers out here. Jack Sawyer, Kyle Kennard.
Kyle Kennard. David Walker,
Jared Ivey, Tyler Barron, Powell Ryland, John Joyner.
Yep.
There's a lot of these guys out there. Cameron Rucker.
Out of UNC,
Yeah, we still got a chance to get some sexy fatties guys here with the New York Giants. We'll see what they do. Corners. We talked about Will Johnson already. Siobhan Revel climbed up draft boards tremendously, and I think he's a good player. Trey Amos, talked to him at the Senior Bowl. Benjamin Morrison. We talked to Azare Thomas at the Senior Bowl. Seen Darian Porter out there. Quincy Riley. Noah Williams is a sleeper. Noah Williams is a sleeper. He's that pesky guy. You can, I like him too. You got Zah Frazier from UTSA, Jacob Parrish, Tommy Hill from Nebraska, Denzel Burke. When we did that Dylan Gabriel film review, I knew Denzel Burke was gonna fall down draft boards. He kept getting cooked by that receiver from Oregon. He stayed getting cooked. You got Kobe Bryant out there. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the guys like Williams from UCF that'll be out there in the later round.
Mac McWilliams.
Got those guys out there, man. Any DBs you guys like?
Oh, I like Robert Longerbeam. Yeah, I'm a homer.
But that is right. Longerbeam from Rutgers.
But I mean, he does a good job of being in phase. He can play zone. He can play man. Reads very well. Makes a break on the pass. Most people don't realize he was also a wide receiver before he converted to defensive back.
All right, NYG, any corner you got your eye on, even though we don't need no more corners here?
Like I said, Mac McWilliams out of UFC, man, underrated corner. Watched him at the Senior Bowl, and the kid's tough. He's sticky coverage, as they say. Probably gonna be more of a slot guy, in my opinion. But if you want some depth there, any team, take a shot on Mac McWilliams. This kid is pretty good. didn't go to a big time school or anything, didn't get a lot of recognition, but he showed up and showed out at the Senior Bowl, and he was covering some tough cats in that slot. Cal Williams and Restrepo's, and he was staying with all of them, man. Real physical corner. So like McWilliams.
All right, and last but not least, the safeties. One of my favorite players in the draft, Mr. Nick and Mine Worry from South Carolina. Don't see him being on the board too much longer here on the second day. And then, another safety I like is Xavier Watts, Andrew Mukuba from Texas. Billy Bowman is actually pretty good too. Malachi Moore from Alabama. He's fell down draft boards for whatever reason. And
Navy, and then what's that? Lathan Ransom, Ohio State.
Yeah, but other than that, man, there's not too many safeties on the board out there that you're looking forward to in this NFL draft here on the second day. But I do see South Carolina and Murray going. I do see Xavier Watts going, and Buka maybe going here. Day 2 or day 3, and Kevin Winston Jr. I guess they put him up there. Yeah. Kevin Winston, yeah, he's nice. I forgot about him. Penn State, very good hit and deliver some big hits. I see him knock some people out. That's actually true, and I like that about Xavier Watts too. Xavier Watts gonna go out there and hit you too. He reminds me of a taller version of and what's that boy from the Ravens? And won the Super Bowl with the Seahawks, a taller version of him. Forget his name.
Earl. What's his name?
Oh man, I can't think of his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Earl Thomas.
Yeah, there you go. Earl Thomas. Run me a taller version of him. But those are some of the day 2 guys that you can pick up for your team, man. Hopefully, some of these guys get drafted pretty early, man, but it's still a whole lot of talent out there.
A lot of talent. This is the meat of the draft. The second and third rounds is the strength of this draft. This draft was top heavy. Then it's kind of a pool of players, but the real gems is in these second and third rounds. I truly believe that. So teams gonna get some pretty nice players, especially if you got multiple picks in these second and third rounds. Gonna come up pretty well.
All right, hey, Coach, anything you got to say about round 2 and round 3, which will be live here on the Aboriginal Sports Network NFL Draft? I know you got to say something about the sexy fatties before we get out of here, man.
I mean, that's always been my biggest thing. I mean, they really are the keys to success. When you're trying to build a team. And that's on both sides of the ball, because without them, you really can't do much else, in terms of quarterback play, running back play, receiver, even cornerback play, and safety. So, and I like seeing when you have a good mixture of big guys out there, the sexy fatties, as I love to call them, that can go out there and really get after it. So.
All right, hey. Sexy fatties will be coming off the board aplenty here in this second and third round. Hopefully we can get one of them, man. But hey, it is what it is. NYG, got anything before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Just looking forward to this second and third round action. Let's see what goes down here. Let's see if the big elephant, as they say in the room, goes off the board, man. Some of these other players, I'm especially looking for the players that we talked to at the Senior Bowl. Want to see where they go. Want to see some of the kind of the fits that they end up with for some of these players. So definitely keeping my eyes on that come this evening.
All right. Hey, we'll see you at the NFL Draft. Peace.